The Makerfield by-election, the polls have closed and the counting has begun. Now, this is my prediction. I got this prediction by averaging out the percentages in the 5 pre-election polls that were done that I found on Wikipedia. So then they won't be exactly perfect, but I think they'll be pretty much close enough. These are the averages. Um, and what a lot of people are saying is that Restore Britain is acting as a spoiler effect, which will prevent reform from losing. And if you take the 7 and you add it to the 39, you do see that that gets to 46.4, which is the same as the amount of votes that Labour has. Right? So let's do that. So let's say Restore didn't run a candidate, and for the sake of simplicity, all of their votes go to Reform. That gets them up to 46.4. That's basically a tie, and it comes down to the wire. And then you think about the Conservatives. If they also don't run, then that gets reform up to 48.6, which is a majority, and they win. Oh, but not a majority. It is the plurality, and they win. And a lot of people are saying that Reform could, but I still don't think they win, even if everyone tactically votes, which isn't going to happen. Because the Green and the Liberal Democrats, I think the Greens are obviously going to go for Labour over Reform most of the time for the sake of simplicity. That gets them to 49.4. And then, even if just half of the Liberal Democrats go for them, let's say half of the Liberal Democrats go to Labour and half of the Liberal Democrats go to Reform, Labour goes above 50%, Reform stays at 49.4%. Labour wins. Labour wins, even if only half of the Liberal Democrats go to them, and all of Restore and all of the Conservatives go to Reform, and all of the Greens go to Labour, and half of the Liberal Democrats, they win. And I don't even think that I think more than half of the Liberal Democrats, if voting tactically, would go to Labour. And even this 0.4% of the others can't make a difference. Even if every single one of them goes to Reform, which they won't, that's still not a majority. I don't think there's a way for Reform to win this election. I don't think there is, because if Restore didn't run, yes, Reform would get more votes, but a lot of those people would probably go to the Conservatives as well. I don't think there's a way for Reform to win this election.